O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show. This
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
Jamming, I wanna jam it with you. Jamming, and I wanna like jamming too. Yo, this is Steve Marley, yo. And on May the 4th, I'll be in Immokalee at the Seminole Casino Hotel with the legendary Inner Circle. See? We see you there, Rastafari love. And I'm jamming with you, jamming, yeah. And then I'm jamming too,
When presenting an award to an employee, athlete, executive, or fantasy GM, make sure you call Orvieto's Awards and More. For 35 years, these custom award specialists have been providing plaques, trophies, custom framing, while providing state-of-the-art laser and computerized engraving, UV printing, and glass crystal etching. They do all their engraving and printing in-house for quality control. Call Charles at 305-949-8098 or visit them at orvietosawards.com. Orvieto's Awards and More, where recognition is rewarding. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
Friday, we are ready to rock and roll. Of course, it's 3 o'clock. It's Thursday. You know where we're at. We're at Hialeah Park. Yes, sir. Poker room, second floor. Folks are enjoying themselves. They got food. They got drinks by their side. They got TVs. They got windows to make some wagers on tracks all over the country. Life is good, man. Life is good. Smoke-free casino. You got a no-regret first bet $100 right there. Use that QR code. So, I mean, come on. It's all there. The world is yours here at Hialeah Park. So appreciate all of you out there. As always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for supporting the show. Man, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. Obviously, get into a bunch of things that I got to get off my chest. Talking about the Heat, Dolphins. I think fans got an enormous break, and we're going to talk about that. So we got a bunch of things. By the way, I just want to kind of like get it off my chest just a little bit. Since it's a little bit off the beaten path, might as well get it out of the way. By the way, I did walk again my 2 miles. Walked it at a faster pace yesterday, which was good. Foot's feeling good. It was good, man. I'm getting the hang of it. People are looking at me now, walking in like, "Hey, you're feeling good." I'm like, "Yeah, we're starting to move around. Still soreness, but that was positive." But the other thing that I want to express, because in life you do things the right way or the wrong way. And we seem to have a problem now in this country overall. And I'm looking at all these protests, right? And how they're destroying everything. And this happened with the Black Lives Matter. This happens now. This happens, the problem is, what you cannot do when you have a protest is you cannot assault people. You cannot destroy property. You cannot break into buildings. I mean, in Seattle, they took over a whole neighborhood and a police station. You remember that? Like, how are you going to allow that shit to happen? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Any of you know the name Greta Thunberg? You ever heard of her? Everyone has. Climate activist. You ever see her burn anything? You ever see her get violent? She goes and she sits in the nuclear power plant or someplace that they're deforesting stuff or whatever. And she sits there. She quietly gets arrested, leaves, and she gets all the pub. Go watch, go look at her followers. She gets everything, dude. It's Reuters, it's NBC, it's Fox. Everybody knows who Greta Thunberg is. Everybody. There's a way of protesting, and there's another way of criminal activity. And that's what all you people are. I don't have any sympathy for any of these protests the last couple of years if they end and start with violence. We had the same shit go on with the BLM stuff because we have agitators, we have people that get in that they love to just form ruckuses, and then it inspires the other people that are part of it, and some will take part of it and some won't, but you're entangled in it. So how come the agitators never get to Greta Thunberg? I wonder about that, because you know how they're all talking about the agitators involved in all this. How come it never happens with Greta Thunberg? How come she's not ever like breaking into buildings? How come she's never taking over a police station? How come I don't even see the woman tear paper? Yes, I don't know. Was Nelson Mandela like fighting people? I don't know. No, I don't think so, right? I'm just saying, like, you know, it's not easy to protest, but there's a way of doing it, and you can't protest the abuse of people by abusing others. So, you know, there's a level of stupidity and ignorance and criminality to all of this. I'm disgusted with this, so let me just now assault this person, ruin their business, turn over that car. What is that? That's not a protest, dude. They broke into the Columbia place, right? They barricaded themselves, and then they requested food. So you break entry, you destroy property, you assume control of a building, and then you want us to feed you. No, bro. We're gonna tear gas, and you're gonna leave the building with my foot right in the center of your ass. That's what I would do. You know those UCLA assholes? They'd all come back in orange outfits. They'd pick up everything, they'd paint everything, and then when they're done, they go right back to jail, is what I do. That's what I would do to all of these people, dude. I don't give a shit what protest it is. The second you choose to do anything to an innocent person or their business or their property, it's over, bro. It's not a protest. These are all criminals, and they need to be treated like criminals. By the way, Elon Musk, props to him. He put out a poll. He goes, should people who take down the American flag and put up the other flag be sent to that country? I was like, I voted yes. So, hey, bro. And those students, did you see those students that stood around and did not allow the American flag to get taken down or hit the ground, and they like protected it? Those are heroes. Those are heroes. Those are the real heroes right there. Out of all that mess, those are the heroes, because they're standing up for it the right way. So I just wanted to get this off my chest, because all these people the last couple of years, they're nothing but criminals. They don't know what it's like to really fight for a cause. They're going there, they're destroying, and they leave, and they do nothing, and they mean nothing. Like I tweeted out the other day. So let me ask you something. Where were all those people when Hamas has been abusing the Palestinians for years? Where were they? Hamas has been destroying Gaza and the people of Palestine for. Where are they now for the Haitian gangs that are abusing their own people? Or where are they? Please explain to me. Where are they for Venezuelans that are suffering because their government is abusive and everything? Where are they? There's a country invading Ukraine. Where are they? Russia, Chinese, North Korea, Cuba abuses, jails their people. Where are they? Like, you're going to protest, right? There's a shitload of abuse going on all over the place. There's no common sense going on here, man. So you can't answer violence with violence. That's not going to get you anywhere. That's not going to get any sympathy from anybody. So, I'm just saying, like, again, Greta Thunberg, I go back to her. There's zero violence, and she has support up the you-know-what. Money, everything. She's able to. How do you think she travels all over the world? She's in Germany for this protest. She's in Australia. She's in the U.S. She's all over. She's a real activist. She doesn't set fires to anything. She doesn't fight with anybody, but she gets her message out. That's how you do it, man. You don't do it by violently taking things over and abusing property, and then guess who ends up paying for all that stuff? We're the ones that end up paying for all that stuff, because they're going to tax us, and it's going to come out of our money. These animals destroy the property, and then we have to pay for it. They deserve all of them to be in jail. Every single one of them. I'm done. All right. Anyway, so Greta fears Putin. What does that mean, Cap for Life? That she's not going to Russia? I mean, really, bro. Seriously, I'm talking about something serious. Like, really, bro. That's the kind of stuff that gets you banned from this whole thing, dude. Stupid, ignorant crap. You're not funny, bro. You're not funny. You got that, dude? You're not funny. You got like your 3 strikes are done. Just want you to know. Your 3 strikes are done. You're not funny. You bring very little to the table, just so you'll know, most often. So be careful, bro. You're going to be using new emails pretty soon if you want to be on here. Anyway, Ocala Joe says, good afternoon, Orlando. Preaching the truth. Keep up the great work. Thank you. I mean, give me a break. Martin Luther King, John Lewis weren't assaulting people. Exactly, dude. Exactly. That's why we all respect Martin Luther King. Dr. King is respected by all that have common sense and have humanity and compassion and understanding and all of that, because he did it the right way, bro. That's how you're supposed to. He did it the right way, that it's long lasting. Put it that way. We won't remember these assholes. They'll be part of some negative headline. That's what it's going to be. There's a huge difference. Huge difference. All right. We honor those people. We celebrate their sacrifices, just like Nelson Mandela. We that's what we do, because we have a real understanding of what it's like to really fight for a cause. But you got to do it the right way, unfortunately. Because if you do it the other way, you're not going to get the support. And none of us are going to have any sympathy for these people. So, anyway. All right. So, Ray Martinez, thank you, sir, for the love on the Cash App. Remember, you can make a donation, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. And yes, sir, you did it during. He put for a nice dip. Great show, and soon we will be in paradise. I am hoping, sir. I am hoping. Thank you for the love. Remember, Cash App or Venmo, you can make a donation to the program. That's Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. And really, really appreciate that, my brother. That's very kind of you. Very kind of you. And right now, where's Bitcoin? So, because it's a beautiful dip right now. I walked in at 59. It's at 59,284. So, outstanding. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, Ray. And of course, super chats are there. All of that. Visit our amazing sponsors, like here at Hialeah Park, loosest slots in the state, baby. Loosest slots in the state. Heat defeat the Celtics last night. Celtics defeat the Heat last night. Yeah, I wish it was the other way around. 118-84. Not that I'm surprised. I'm not the guy that's sitting here and I didn't blow smoke up your ass. As you all know, I told you what happened in game 1. Just watch it. They blew them out in the first half. They coasted in the second half. Brown and Tatum, they didn't even try. And then the second game, they got surprised. And by the time they woke up, it was too late. It was one of those nights. Sun shines every dog's ass. And then after that, they took them serious and they just won the next 3 and kicked their ass. That's what happened. Don't kid yourself. It's over. And that's it. Now, we have a word on this show that we use a lot, and it's called compartmentalize, right? And Heat fans have to compartmentalize. Okay? The last 5 years, because we have to include this year now, has been a blessing from the basketball gods for the Miami Heat. You've gone to the playoffs 5 straight years. You went to 3 Eastern Conference Finals and 2 NBA Finals. Okay? It is a run that many, many teams would love to have. We all know it. We all can admit it. It's a blessing. Okay? Now, let's really break it down. One of the things that I've talked about from the second they acquired Jimmy was you cannot win a title if you don't go get another star. And they failed miserably during these 5 years to get the other star. They invested in Kyle Lowry, which was Jimmy Butler's fault more than anything else, and Pat Riley, who had a hard-on for him forever, but waited way too long to finally make the acquisition. And this is not hindsight. I said it from the get-go. That was a disaster. I would have never made that deal, but you screwed up. So you screwed up your window, but you maximized it. And I want to thank Van Gundy yesterday because he pointed out how Eric Spoelstra has been just a god, because he is a god. And for the last 10 years, they've abused Eric Spoelstra. And they've given him chicken shit. And he has to make chicken salad out of it all the time. Okay? I don't have to get it beeped. I'm here. Okay? So you've been giving him just shit. And he has to make chicken salad out of it all the time. And he does, because he's a master. He even won a game in this series. Forget it, dude. That's crazy that he won a game in this series. So I even give him credit for winning that game in this series. But you have to tear the scab, because what are you the last 5 years? Let's really break it down. Let's be honest. Let's dig in here, because you're not going to get it at QAM. And you're not going to get it in the papers either, pretty much. Okay? Because this is brutal honesty that, most can't handle it. You've been the little engine that could for 5 years. You've been nothing but an overachiever for 5 years. You've been the underdog. That's the role you play. Were you playing that role with Timmy and Zoe? Were you playing that role with Shaq and Wade? Were you playing that role with Wade, LeBron, and Bosh? Okay. Because that's what I'm used to. I don't know about you guys. I think we've had this conversation before, right? I'm used to like real stars. So now you're trying to manufacture shit that isn't there because you can't acquire stars. You've failed to acquire stars for years now. Years. Jimmy Butler came here because of Dwayne Wade, not because of Pat Riley or anything like that. It was Dwayne Wade that recruited him here. Well, he wasn't even here. So you haven't been able to recruit stars. It's been a rough go for him. I'm not saying to make any changes with Riley or anybody. I'm fine with it. But what I am saying, you need to have a come to Jesus. Fans need to have a come to Jesus. You've lowered your standards of basketball. Pat Riley has lowered his standards of basketball. He is now catering to players, and he's worried. Bro, you pissed off Dwayne Wade. You made a mistake. So what? You move on, and that's it. You cannot make the same mistake again by paying and extending Butler when he cannot help you in the regular season. So if all you can do is be the 8th seed, and the stupidity of our Heat fans are, oh, no, we'll get out of it. Why? Because it went well one time, because the stars align, and Antetokounmpo was injured and all that. Oh, please, enough already. That's how you got to the finals. The stars aligned, and then you had the bubble fiasco because it was an odd situation. It put teams in a difficult, and Miami was able to take advantage of it, and they played really well. They had great chemistry, but let it go. Zoe and Timmy and Marley and all these guys and PJ Brown, they weren't playing to be underdogs. They were playing to win 60 games and have a top seed and be at home and be a top team, and Shaq and Wade, the same shit, and the big three. This is what you used to go get real stars. And this is why you can't get over the hump. Because you no longer collect real stars. And if you think you could just go to the manufacturing office and go and try to rebuild one, dude, it's so hard to find a guy from nowhere that all of a sudden is going to say, "Hey, I'm Atlas. Give me the team. Let's go." No. You know, you watched it here with Philly, Tyrese Maxey. We've talked about this, right? Like, that's a real star. You see Tyler Hero ever playing like that? Tyler Hero's BBs haven't dropped like Tyrese Maxey's, bro. Tyrese Maxey is a dog and a half. He is fearless. What I love about Tyrese Maxey is that if he makes a mistake, it does not. It's Michael Jordan, it's Kobe, it's Tim Duncan. It's what he has, that greatness in him that whatever mistake he makes, he's just going to drive right through it. That's how Luka Doncic plays. That's how all these great guys, that they don't worry about missing a shot or losing a game, because they're going to come back and win the next three on you. That's when you're special, that you know that inside of you, you know, you're unstoppable. And you're dangerous in those moments. And you've proven it in those moments. Over and over and over again throughout the year, Maxey's proven it in those moments. And when you needed him against New York now, he came through. That's real stars. So the Miami Heat, like I told you, they got to reset, man. Keep Jovic. What you don't do is panic and start trading and trying to, we got to unload Tyler, so we got to give a first rounder to somebody to take that bad No. Let Jimmy Butler's contract expire over the next 2 years if you can't trade him. Try to trade him. There's going to be very little market for him. Nobody wants Jimmy Butler pretty much. He can't help you in the regular season. Listen to this is the Jimmy Butler dilemma. Are you ready for the Jimmy Butler dilemma? He can't help you in the regular season. You have to hope and pray he can stay healthy in the postseason to help you. And guess what? If you ask him to try in the regular season, his body will break down because he can't last throughout the regular season and the postseason. Wow. Because, I mean, you're incredibly stupid if you think Jimmy Butler can play hard for 70 games, 75 games, and play hard in the playoffs and stay in one piece. So since you can't do that, because that's what real stars do, Jimmy Butler is no longer a star. Why are you going to pay him a star money? Why? Because what happened? Bro, I already told you what happened. The fluky run is over. Enough already. This formula doesn't work. It's not going to get you a championship. So if you just want to like feed false hope to your fans and lower their expectations, that's what you're doing. And what are you going to do? Come back next year and tell season ticket holders, we're bringing Jimmy, but we're going to try for the regular season. How? He can't. Don't tell me he's going to try. Don't tell me he's going to take you're going to sign him and then he's going to make a new pledge that he's going to play really hard in the regular. Please, dude. Don't embarrass yourself. Come on. It was a great run. You don't need to make any excuses. It's time to move on. And you have to tell Jimmy, I'm sorry, we'll try to trade you. And if we can accommodate, that's fine, but we're not extending this. We cannot extend this relationship. We cannot keep selling this to our fans. And we can't keep hoping that you get to the play-in and you have to play your way out of the play-in to get into the playoffs every year. What kind of shit is that, dude? That's because you've lowered your standards. You've lowered Heat culture is broken. Just so you'll know, breaking news. Heat culture broken. Breaking news. Heat culture broken. Not Bitcoin, it's broken. Heat culture. Bam. That's not heat culture. Heat culture is not trying in the regular season. Go ask the PR staff if they're not trying during the regular season. Go ask the ticket department. Go ask the cheerleaders. Go ask the entertainment people. Go ask the people that are creating those amazing videos and montages that they put. Go ask them if they're coasting in the regular season and they're not trying. Please go. I've been there. Trust me. Just ask them. Just see if they tolerate that kind of, work ethic. No. So all of a sudden now you got one player that's ruined the entire work ethic of your team. You got to pull the scab, man. Got to tear it. Tear that scab. Tear that scab. Sorry, it was a great run. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. It was great. But we've reached the point of no return. And this is not Heat basketball anymore. Heat basketball is not, we'll get to the play. No, bro, that's bullshit that the Orlando Magic think of. That's the kind of shit that the Sacramento Kings do. The kind of teams that have the Charlotte Hornets, the Detroit Pistons, teams that have nothing and no experience, no history, no nothing, they're happy to be there. Heat, you walk in and you see the banners and the names hanging. Are you out of your mind? There's Alonzo Mourning on the sidelines. Well, where is he here? I don't see him. It has to end. It was a great run, and we all appreciate it. Do the smart thing, dude. Do the smart thing, Miami Heat. And Heat fans, please use some intelligence. A teardown, and yeah, you're not going to be as good in the next couple years, but that's going to be a good thing. Eventually, you can get liquid. You can get to in 2 years. I think in 2 years, Tyler's contract may have like maybe another year left. And so you can unload Jimmy. If you can trade him, great. And in a couple years, or you try to build up his value, you move him. If not, you wait a couple years. And when you get to his expiring year, he becomes sexy, because every expiring contract is sexy. I think he has 2 more years, maybe 3 years left after this season. Am I right, or 4? God, I hope it's not 4. I think it's 3. So after Jimmy's 2, you might be able to, so he had 26, 27 season, right? So he has 2 more seasons. He has 3 seasons left. I'm correct then. Okay, so perfect. I get it. The next 3 years will be kind of difficult, but you got to try to get liquid. So that way you have the cap space to buy real stars. And then and by the way, you've also waited a couple years to maybe collect some first rounders and all those kind of things. If you can unload Jimmy and get something for him, then great. But what you cannot do is keep unloading and using. Here's the other thing with the Miami Heat. Here's the most important thing. God, can I show you some? Can I tell you something that is pretty amazing that the Miami Heat has failed in, but the Dolphins have not? That's weird. Okay, we always talk about this, right? Oh, Riley wants to win again. Okay, well, I'm sorry, Riley. And I get you're getting up there in years. You need to take a couple steps back to take a couple steps forward. Does that mean we're going to have to wait a couple of more years? Yes, sir, we're going to have to. Yeah, but it's the best thing for the franchise moving forward. This is not the best thing. This is not going to win you anything. This is just lipstick on a pig, lipstick on a pig, lipstick on a pig, lipstick on a pig. and you're just kind of hoping for the stars to align and all that, and it's not going to get you anywhere. Yet the Dolphins have an older owner. I know Riley's not the owner, but he's the president. But he's like, nah, I'm not selling the team. I'm going to stay the course. I'm going to keep it in the family. Boom. And because he thinks he's on the right pace. So, hey, let me go. And I would agree with him on that. Let's not change things up right now. You're on the right path finally. So stay with it. See how it turns out. Fine. You're on the wrong path. You're doing things that are not Heat-like. I mean, nothing like what you've done in the first 20 years is anything like you've done. Bro, you don't go drafting a sorry-ass point guard for LeBron, and then you bring Danny Granger and you bring in Bob. And like, hey, I got these pieces. That wasn't Riley-like. Paying Dion Waiters a 4-year contract knowing he needs foot surgery when he's only had 29 good games in his entire career. One little stretch with Goran Dragic, you're going to give him a 4-year contract. That's not Riley. Hassan Whiteside is a Class A moron. You're going to give that $100 million. That's not Riley. There's been a lot of shit that's gone on. Spo makes chicken shit and makes a chicken salad again with the 31-10 team in the second half, and you fall for the banana in the tailpipe and you sign all those guys. That's not Riley. You trade for an over-the-hill Kyle Lowry that it was so obvious. You forgot more basketball than I'll ever know. But shit, I knew you shouldn't pay Whiteside. I knew you shouldn't pay Dion Waiters. And I certainly knew you shouldn't be trading for Kyle Lowry. But you didn't. That's not Riley. Allowing Jimmy Butler to coast for the last 2 regular seasons and make it a complete joke. That's not Riley. Falling for the Tyler Hero banana in the tailpipe, and some of you too, that's not Riley. I mean, I could just name Dwayne Dedman. That's not Riley. The shit that's gone on the last 10 years, they have lost their way. You're not going to hear this on the Sentinel. You're not going to hear this in the Herald. You're not going to hear this in the Post. You're not going to hear this on any Heat fan podcast. You're not going to hear this at QAM. You're not going to hear this anywhere. Because there's only one place that usually has the balls to really say what's actually going on. They need to find their way again. They need to get back to doing things the real Heat way. Stop selling me Heat culture. Heat culture does not exist right now. Sorry. No. Don't sell me Tyler Hero as a star. Don't sell me Bam Adebayo as a star. Don't sell me Heat culture when your star takes the entire season off and buries you in the playoff standings. Please don't sell me that anymore. Please stop manufacturing things that are not real. And that's what's going on with the Heat. You don't got to manufacture Alonzo Mourning. That speaks for itself, dude. Don't got to manufacture Shaq. Speaks for itself. Wade, LeBron, Bosh, Ray Allen. There's no manufacturing there. We don't need to talk about it. No. You know what James Posey brings to the table. You know exactly what James Posey brings to the table. There's no manufacturer. Right? Badass defender, veteran, role player, knows his place. You know what Shane Battier was going to do, and you don't need to manufacture a goddamn thing. So let's get back to real Heat culture and real Heat basketball. Because what I'm watching is a fade that's gone on for 10 years now. Since the Big Three, it's just been a decline in Heat culture. And it's just gotten worse Whiteside Heat culture? Dion Waiters Heat culture? Really? 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 Come on, man. So if you want to, really look at what's going on, you're trying to have the success of the past without the blueprint of the past. You had a blueprint the first 20 years. Or, yeah, it was about 20 years, right? 96, right? Whatever, 90, when Riley took over around 96, 97, I think, 90, something like that. And it went to 2014. And then the last 10 years, you destroyed the blueprint. Why? It worked. And now you're asking Spo to work with less. You remind me of that show in the school in Philadelphia. Cheryl Lee Ralph is in it. What's the name? That they have no resources and they gotta like make do with whatever. And the Italian, I got a friend that's got a friend, and that what's I love that show. So yeah, that's Spo. Spo is like working in that Philadelphia school with Cheryl Lee Ralph. No resources, and it's like Abbott Elementary. Thank you. Abbott Elementary. Les Jam, you're a stud. Thank you, sir. If you haven't seen, have you seen Abbott Elementary? It's funny. It's funny. It's funny. Huh? 95. Right. So 20 years. 95 to 2014. Your blueprint worked for 20 years. You ever notice that? You ever notice that the blueprint the last 10 years is nothing like the blueprint you had before? Tim Hardaway, Zoe, PJ Brown, Dan Marley, Brian Grant, Eddie Jones off the bench. It was like, if I start reading those rosters, and then I start reading the big three roster, and then I start reading these rosters, you're gonna go, the hell is going on here, bro? Gary Payton and James Posey, all these cats are coming off the bench. Like, we had guys that were like stars where they're now role players coming off the bench. Like, the blueprint was smart. The blueprint was bring veterans, even if they're a little aged, off the bench, but they're super smart. Gary Payton, we don't talk about it, but Gary Payton, I could argue, hit two of the biggest shots in the 2006 series, dude. Game 5 and I think it was like game 2, maybe. Two huge freaking shots. It's just like, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know what happened. But their blueprint, the first 20 years was the right one. The last 10, it's like you're playing catch up. You're constantly trying to be the underdog. It just, that's not Pat Riley, bro. That's just, I'm sorry. This is not what I used to cover. So anyway, what do I know? Just a big mouth here. Miami 305. Thank you for the love on the super chat. He goes, America isn't funding any of those other world problems, but U.S. funds Israel, and Israel owns our politicians. Ever heard of AIPAC? Look at how many politicians they control, or you could stay blind. I get that, my brother. But guess what? You know what's the funniest shit? Oh, America's going to control Israel. Bro, nobody's going to control anything in those Arab nations. The Middle East it's a never-ending fight. And it's never going to end because there's zero humanity, zero compassion there. Nobody ever has compassion. The fact that Saudi Arabia and what is it? There's a couple countries actually helping. I was shocked. But These people have hated each other for 1,000+ years. We'll never end any of this. Never. But it's an impossible situation. See, here's the thing, Miami 305. Let me explain to you something that I think people just don't look at. So the Israelis get attacked for no reason. Hamas breaks in, does all kinds of disgusting stuff, and takes hostages. So they're supposed to just sit there? And then the biggest problem is, Cubans can't get their government out. Haitians can't fix their government. Venezuelans can't fix their government. Palestinians can't get Gaza out, can't get Hamas out. The Youthies, see, Miami 305, why do you think we don't go into Yemen and blow the Houthis right out of the water? Do you follow any of this? It's just like the Palestinians and Hamas. The Houthis are within Yemen, the Yemen people. The Yemen people are poor people, just like the Palestinian people. They're powerless, just like the Cuban people. So Biden doesn't go there because he doesn't want the same thing that now Israel's getting, because Israel is sick and tired of Hamas right next to them, and they know it's going to happen again. It's a dog chasing its tail. It'll never end. It'll never end. And it's disgusting what's going on, because innocent Palestinians are dying. And that's exactly what the U.S. is avoiding by, for the idiots that don't, the Houthis keep shooting missiles, and why don't we just go in there? Well, the problem is they're stuck within millions of innocent Yemen people who are poor, just like the Palestinians, if the Cubans were bombing us, and then we don't want to kill innocent Cubans. And then now look at the Haitians. Those poor Haitians now are being held captive by their own people. How do you solve that? I don't know how you solve it. It's impossible to tell a country, stand down and, hey, hope it doesn't happen again. How do you do that, dude? If you're the country that they attacked you, they raped you, they pillaged you, they took your people hostage, how do you just do that? It's a cycle that will never be fixed in the Middle East. You can forget about it. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. I hate to put it that way, but that hate is so deep. Forget about it. And whichever one has power will abuse the other. That's what they do. There's zero humanity from the Israelis. There's zero humanity from the Palestinians. There's zero humanity from the Syrians. There's zero humanity from the Iraqi people, from the Iraqi government, from all these governments. Zero humanity. They will kill their own people. They will abuse their own people, and they will attack everybody else. And this kind of Arab hates the Sunnis hate the whatever and all. Oh my God, it is. You forget about it. You'll never fix it. No matter what, it runs so deep. You will never ever fix it. I hate to say it. The best thing is to kind of, because then you're involved in it. But this is what goes on all over, bro. All over. And nobody talks about it because they only talk about the one thing they're focused in on. Meanwhile, we have our poor Haitian people out there that are being just absolutely abused by their own people. Whatever, man. Anyway. So we can't fix shit when we are part of the problem. Yeah. Always end up effing things up for our own benefit. Exactly. Because that's exactly what they do. So what can I tell you? Cuba doesn't offer us anything, so we don't go help. Well, no, it's just we don't have Americans there. So what the hell it's funny because, like when Cubans protest, which, by the way, props to my people. Okay? Props to my people. Huh? We know how to protest. Right? Seriously. No, seriously. We don't burn anything. We don't turn over anything. We don't assault anybody. We got our pots and pans. yada yada. We're at Versailles having a cup of coffee a medianoche, and we're beep 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 beep, and then we're out, bro. I'm just telling, Palestinian, whatever, BLM, all these other idiots. I'm just telling you, watch my people. Watch my people. Watch my people. Watch my people celebrate a championship. Pots and pans, da da da, beep beep beep, yeah yeah yeah. We're out. We're gone. Cafecito. We're out of here, bro. We're gone. We spoke our piece. We, whatever. But anyway, as I digress, but not really. I made a great point there. Anyway, so you look at it, right? And we want the U.S. to invade. Why would they? There's no Americans there. They don't give a shit. Oh, we want the Haitians. No, we're not invading. No, we're not fixing that. No, no. And then people tell me, well, wait a minute. We invaded Grenada. Yeah, we had 2,000 students. We had 2,000 American students studying there. So we had to go in there and save our students. When we have a personal tie and they're Americans, then yeah, we'll do it. But we never go to those places ever. We don't, and we could easily, but you don't, because you can't. It's its own nation unless they ask for the help, or you're assaulting our people. So we had 2,000 students in Grenada. That's where people like, oh, we went into Grenada. Well, you're dumbass. You don't know the entire story. Educate yourself and understand what's going on. They're going to go to the place when it affects them. So it doesn't matter how much we protest, Cubans, that is, you're never going to get them to go over there. They're never going to do anything because there's no Americans in any kind of peril in Cuba. So that's it. That's how it goes. The few Americans that are in peril in Haiti, you see what they're doing? They're sending planes over, picking them up, boats, whatever they're trying, and getting them out of the island. That's it. And they just take care of the Americans. They don't do anything else. So understand how all this works. That's why when we protest with our pots and pans, it never goes anywhere. Didn't go anywhere in the 60s, didn't go anywhere in the 80s, and it didn't go anywhere recently. But, people don't understand that. Anyway, so rarely see Cubans. No. There's not rarely, Ray. It doesn't happen. Cubans we don't do anything violently when we protest or celebrate, by the way. Let's give our Cuban people credit, baby. Okay? They protest the right way and they celebrate because, you go to some other cities and they're taking down street lights and poles and setting cars on fire and all that. Brother, we have our pots and pans and we go home. So proud of my people. Okay? Learn how to do it the right way, baby. Okay? So anyway, Riley has given some bad contracts lately. I would not be surprised to see another 2 or 3. I hope not, man. I hope not. There are very few Cubans here in Illinois, Big O. Mostly Mexicans. I miss my ropa vieja, Abraham Valdez says. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, let's see. Got stuck here at work. So damn pissed I'm not there. I had planned this since last week. Next Thursday, I'm taking the day off. All right, True Fin fan. It's all good, baby. Well said, little O. Yeah, we're a little skinnier. I got my Queen shirt on. I got this when I was in. I saw them in Brooklyn back in like 2000. What is it? 2000 what? 15, 16, 17. So I haven't had this shirt. I haven't worn this shirt in a while. It's actually a really cool shirt, and it's a rare one. Because obviously you can only buy it when you're at that concert in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? If you've never seen this Queen version with Adam Lambert, nobody will ever be Freddie Mercury, please. So don't start. Okay, I get it. But I'll tell you this. It's a great show. And he does a great job. as a front man and playing the role and all of that. He does it really, and he's flamboyant, like Freddie was. So he kind of fits the role, and he's got a great voice. You know what I'm saying? Again, he'll tell you, by the way, I've seen them a couple times, and every time somewhere in the concert, he'll like say, "Hey, I know I am not Freddie." And no one will ever be Freddie. Like he is like because he honors the music, he wants to play, but he wants you to know that he thinks just like you about Freddie, because there is no singer ever like Freddie in rock and roll.
That was in a documentary too, right?
Yeah,
there was
dude.
documentary that he did where he knows,
Yes.
I'm never going to be that. So
no,
that's when he really fell into what you're talking about with Queen, because he was like, I know I'm never going to be that, so I'm going to be the best Adam Lambert I can be.
Exactly.
And give, tribute as much as I can. So,
and that's where I think he crossed over, and Queen fans were like,
yes.
All right, we're good with you, dude. We get it. If you're a Queen fan and you still want to see Brian May and the guys jam still and sing and all that, and then have him, then this is a way to keep the memory alive of the music, and it's a great show. You will not walk away unsatisfied at the Queen concert with Adam Lambert. That's all I'm telling you. If you love Queen, I know it's not Freddie, but damn it, dude, it's a hell of a show. It's a hell of a show. It really is. So treat yourself if you can one day. They cannot get rid of him now. How do you feel the void of Butler's dog mentality presence? Where is it? I must have missed it. Where was that presence throughout the last two regular seasons? Damn, that was really dog mentality. Yeah. Got to pull the scab, my man. Les Jam says, Big O, yes, I can admit that Jimmy coached during the season, but what about everybody else? Losing to the Wizards and Pistons, come on, man. Other players need to step up as well. Les Jams, are you the guy that thought that Bam was a star? Are you the guy that thought that Tyler Hero should start? How many times was I arguing with Ira that I don't care about Tyler's feelings and that he needs to come off the bench, that he's a bench player? Oh, no, but they paid him and they're worried about his feelings. Is that Riley like? Well, there's another example. Does Riley give a shit about your feelings? Was that in the first 20 years? I thought he's the guy. I thought I was right in front of him in a press conference that he called his team shrinking violets. I was there. I was the beat guy at those days. I was right in front of him. He said, my team are shrinking violets. I might be paraphrasing, but the shrinking violets is 100% accurate. That doesn't sound like a guy that worries about somebody's feelings. I don't know. I remember one where he was so pissed that we were outside for 6 hours waiting for practice to end. There was a 3-hour film session and another 2+ hours of actual practice. Didn't sound to me like a guy that's worried about somebody's feelings. When he said Whiteside instead of Wade, that was still the guy that had conviction. Wrong decision, but conviction. What happened to this? Oh, we're worried about what? We're going to worry about Butler's feelings now too if we don't extend them? Oh, he might be a malcontent. Well, what the hell have you seen the last 2 regular seasons? That's a malcontent. I'm sorry. Why don't you guys not try at your job and see how long that lasts? How long can you pull a check? Just wondering. Where's, the double standard is very awkward. It's un-Riley-like. What's going on? Feelings? I'm going to be worried about Tyler's feelings? Bro, Tyler is a bench player, a 6-man at best. He's not a dog. Just because he gave you a little scowl in the bubble and all that, he had his moments. He's a 6 man at best. Enough already with the bullshit, dude. Stop manufacturing what isn't there. What do you got to say?
I feel like Riley's going through the stages of he was the parent, now he's the grandparent. You know, like he was forceful. Wow, now he's the grandparent, and they're getting away with everything.
Yeah,
it's the way it starts to feel like.
That's kind of what it is. Pretty much. By the way, let me make sure this is. I think I am correct here. Do we have it? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay. All right. Let's get to our Cutter's Edge Pro and Cutter's Edge. I'm sorry, our 3A Graphics sports calendar. And Celtics last night defeated the Heat 118-84. Custom printing and embroidery. Call my guy Alan Blanco 786-618-1443. Celtics win the series 4-1. Eliminate the Heat tonight 8:00 TBS or ESPN. Bruins and Maple Leafs. Bruins are leading the series 3-2. We need the Maple Leafs to win in a big-time way. Huh? He's out again, Matthews? Damn, that sucks. That really sucks. All right, and then yesterday, Marlins defeated the Rockies 4-1. So you got your Whopper Jr. today. So you got 2 consecutive wins. No. We have 3 consecutive wins. A final in 10 innings today. The Marlins defeat the Rockies 5-4. Josh Bell with his 4th homer in the 3rd inning, a solo shot. And Arias went 2 of 5 with 2 runs scored. He's now up to 299 in the batting average. So good stuff there. So Marlins get the win. They have now won 3 in a row, and you will get another Whopper Jr. tomorrow. So my wife gets free lunch again tomorrow. It's a winning streak. Yeah, 3 in a row. 3 in a row. Can we just play the Rockies for the rest of the season? Seems like we got a shot with the Rockies. All right, man. I mean, what the hell? Play a team that sucks as much as you do, and you got a shot to win some games. That's congratulations to the Marlins. 3 in a row right here on your 3A Graphics Sports Calendar. Now, we like picking a Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night, right? So I have my Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night. And let's go with our Cutter's Edge Pro MVP of the night.
Who's last night's MVP? For your complete landscape solutions anywhere in South Florida, there's only one MVP. CuttersEdgePro.com. Here's our CuttersEdgePro.com MVP of the night.
Last night, I'm going to give it to Emmanuel Rivera, Puerto Rico. He went 2 of 2 yesterday, 2 runs scored. And so Marlins barely ever win, dude. Okay. So we got to give them a little love. And, you know, we didn't have any real MVP for the Miami Heat last night. So I got, you know, we got to give our Cutter's Edge Pro MVP, you know, on behalf of William Quigley and the great people at Cutter's Edge Pro, which of course you can reach out to them, 954-472-0622. Synthetic turf. You're going to love it if you own dogs. Tree trimming and removal, landscape design, irrigation, outdoor lighting. They do it all, man. I'm telling you, Mike will design it. And maintenance is very important. So if you already have landscaping, but you can't keep up with it and it's kind of tough and you don't have the green thumb and all that, call Cutter's Edge Pro. Plus, we're in May. Guess what's coming now? Hurricane season. You need to get those tree trimming and removals off the roof and the wires or whatever. Don't be climbing up on ladders and roofs and putting yourself at risk. Call the pros at Cutter's Edge Pro. They will get it done for you. 954-472-0622. Reach out to the great people that support our program, CuttersEdgePro.com.
The MVP of the night is brought to you by CuttersEdgePro.com. Servicing HOAs, condominiums, townhomes, commercial properties, corporate parks, and malls throughout South Florida. CuttersEdgePro.com. Providing South Florida MVP performance every day of the year.
All right. Let's see. What do we got? All right. Bitcoin hovering around 59.3. The Hong Kong stuff picked up like it went like well over 200 million. Pretty good, man. Starting to pick up. Problem is a lot of longs got liquidated and it kind of got a little ugly there. So we've had, and some people panic and they sold, which they're going to regret so badly. But what a great buying zone it is right now. I mean, this is our fourth 20% drop, and it's like a free 20% that it gives you. Every time it peaks, it has a drop, and then it takes off again, and it's going to do it. The problem is that when it runs sideways, Bitcoin, like it has now, it's run sideways for 2 months. Those of you that have been in it for a while, 16 and 30 and 35 and 40 and 40, you're not flinching right now, because you've been through it. But for the new people, it's different, because you're not used to it and you want instant gratification. And so, I get some guys that got in new and they're kind of like panicking already, oh my God, I got in at 57, at 55, at 53. It's almost getting to my point. Do I have to sell? And no, dude, what you're supposed to do is keep buying as it drops. And that way you keep collecting. And then when it takes off, you're going to get that 20% and more after that, because it's going to pass 73,700. It's going to go to 90, 95, 100. So you're going to get another 20% on top of the 20 that's down. So, it's like math. You just got to follow it. And then once it takes off, you stop buying. And then you wait for it to peak. And then what is there? A consolidation again. And we'll probably have 5 or easily 6 of them. I think we're headed for at least 2 more before we completely ultimately peak. And then as it gets out of reach, you're going to see the altcoins are going to start to explode, because altcoin season will take over and people won't be able to afford Bitcoin. It'll look too unattainable when it's really not, but whatever, it's hard to explain to somebody something is going to go up perpetually. It's a word that is very hard to comprehend. Hold on. There's a limited supply. The supply crunch is coming. And when it happens, the explosion will be volatile to the upside. And you'll start to understand as time goes on, the value of it will increase and increase and increase and increase. But it's hard to understand that until you're in it. And then when you're in it, then you are willing to take the chance, but it's probably a little later than you should have. Still not too late. And I'm going to prove it to you. Okay. Let's see. Big O, if Phoenix decides to trade Durant, would you? No, I would not trade for Kevin. That's more of the same crap, dude. Kevin Durant is not that guy anymore, bro. I would not trust Kevin Durant anymore. And he's a cancer. He's never happy with anything, dude. He's not. We need people that are going to, really want to build heat culture. Yes, sir. What happened?
The Steelers have declined the 5th-year option on Najee Harris.
But I thought he was the game-changing back that everybody should have drafted. Okay.
Declined.
Remember that? We got to draft Najee Harris.
He's
been all right.
This upcoming season is 24 or 25 in NFL years. Would this be 25? Or is this
20? Oh, no, 24. This is 24.
So then they declined it for 25. So that means he's on contract this year.
And then next year he's free.
Okay.
That's a running back. You got to be so special.
But it was only $6.8 million. I feel like
it's a running back. There are better ones out there for that price.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Bro, Aaron Jones makes $7 million this year.
Yeah.
Would you rather have Aaron Jones or would you rather have Najee Harris? Aaron Jones has been a better player. It's just, and Najee Harris never, this happens so much. oh no, we have to draft Najee Harris because he's going to turn the offense into the greatest things. It's like, no, we have to trade for Dalvin Cook because he's going to make us a Super Bowl. No, Jonathan Taylor's available. He's going to take us to the promised land. We got to stop with that, dude. We have to stop with that. How many times are you going to be wrong about that? It's hilarious. It really is. It's some funny shit. Getting rid of Butler would be an asset to the Heat. Send them to Kaya Ocho with a domino table and some Perdomo cigars. There you go. Let's see. John Wayne says 100% Heat need to return to Heat culture, and that includes management. Well, management is Heat culture, but the whole Jimmy thing has thrown them off because they have no control. So Abraham says, in order to land a superstar, the Heat are going to have to trade Bam and Tyler 0 and do not extend Jimmy and let him play out his contract. Yeah, the problem is, it's also funny watching people like, well, they're putting a LeBron in a Heat uniform. And so Tim Hardaway was like, no, Pat Riley won't allow LeBron to go there at back, right? Tim Hardaway was on a show, and I saw where he was like, no, Pat Riley's not going to allow LeBron to go back. Bro, LeBron's not coming to Miami. No stars coming to Miami to say, what, I got to carry Jimmy Butler for a whole season because he's out riding horses and sniffing coffee beans? So I got to kill myself all year long and then wait for this guy to show up in April? Are you sure he's going to show up in April? No stars coming here, bro. Jimmy Butler has made it harder to bring a star here. So I'm just telling you, man. What if the reason they haven't been able to get another legit star alongside Jimmy is because Jimmy is a difficult personality to deal with? He has a history of that elsewhere. Move on and get a star. Vinny, can't argue with you. He certainly couldn't recruit a star. And by the way, that was the other thing I was told. Oh, no, Jimmy Butler will be able to recruit a star. Woo! Kyle Lowry is the best Jimmy Butler can do. Thanks for nothing. Big Nick, South Florida accountability. With the best coach in the NBA, I think that he can afford to blow it up, but I don't. You don't think Pat Riley would do it? You know what, Big Nick, dude? You make a lot of sense, bro. I'm scared of that too. I'm with you, brother. I feel you, man. What else? Big old props to your stance on violent protesting. And yes, where were these people when Hamas was terrorizing their own? I know they're all full of shit. They're all these punks that are full of shit, dude. Give me a break. And by the way, why don't they go to Gaza and take over a building there? Want to impress me? Huh, punks? Huh, you punks? Go to Gaza and take over a building there, buddy. Come on. You want to impress me? I'll be impressed now. Go to Gaza and take over a building. Put your little flag out there. Go ahead. I'm Puerto Rican, but I've been taught to politic like a Cuban. I say that proudly. Brother, I mean, nobody can argue with us Cubans on that one. All right? We're good protesters, and we are great celebrators. We just have our pots and pans. We hunk. We dance. We have our Cuban coffee. And, bro, we go home. We're not fighting. We're not turning shit over. We're not setting anything on fire. We're not assaulting people. We're not doing anything, bro. We just, we say our piece. We're not Greta Thunberg. We're Greta Garciaberg, Hernandezberg, Alzugariberg, Fernandezberg. So What else? Big O, it's like someone's trying to replace Sean for you. Just can't be done the same. Okay. Big O, I think Bam can be a star in his role. Get pieces, allow him. No, Vinny. Stars are dogs. They want the ball. They want to lead. His offensive game isn't even good enough. It plays off of the offense. He's not the offense. It plays off. Dude, yesterday, 10 of 26 for 23 points. It took him 26 shots to score 23 points. That is so inefficient. Tyler, 19 shots to score 15 points. None of those guys are stars, dude. He's a super role player. He's a beautiful number 3 where he's supplementing and complementing 2 stars. That's how he plays well, because the attention is on others and then he gets the lesser pressure. But if you're going to put the pressure on him, his offensive game isn't good enough, and I don't know how people don't see that. That's the part. He is not efficient enough to be a great player. He's just not. Man, it's the proof is there year after year after year after year after year. He's a very good player. I love Bam. It's just some of us define him the wrong way. A star, he has all-star ability, but he's not a franchise. He's not like a 1 or a 2. Yeah, lots of guys can be all-star. Like Chris Middleton. Like I used that as the example the other day. Chris Middleton can score some and all that. He can help you, but he's not a franchise player. He's, a guy that's complimentary, a star that can help you, an all-star at best. Not a franchise. You don't build your team around Chris Middleton. You understand? That's Bosch. I mean, that's what's it called? Bam. That's Oganobi. What's his name? Whatever, the guy from New York. Oganobi or whatever. Yeah, they're really good players, dude. But he's not Tyrese Halliburton. You understand? He's not Tyrese Maxey. Like, these are game changers. Bam's never been that, never will be. Nobody fears Bam. Put it that way. They fear his defense because he's pretty good. Nobody fears his offense. It's very mechanical. Ananobi, that's it. Bam may not be a star, but he is a defensive chess piece. He plays hard. He can be a tremendous third. Exactly, Isaiah. Exactly. And there's nothing wrong with Bam. I'm not the guy that ever tells you to trade Bam. I would keep Bam, Jovic, and Jaquez, build with those guys, and then try to unload Jimmy or Tyler over the next months, years, whatever I can, so I could get liquid. And then I'll develop. And I think they have a first rounder this year too. So you have a chance to draft another piece and start to work on a foundation. And then when you have the ability in 2 years, go get yourself a star. Do I have a preference? Manolo? Yeah, I would like Toronto. Boston's tough, bro. So I would like to see Toronto pull off the miracle. I don't expect Toronto to win this series. So Bitcoin 150K end of the year, Vishal, easy. Let's see. Big O, now that Omar is not part of All Dolphins podcast, can you break? Well, he's part of the Herald. He does stuff with the Herald. I'm not going to be honest, guys, okay? Moving forward, I may add one more insider. I'm not going to have 4 or 5 like I've had in the past. There's a redundancy. There's not enough fresh news. There's not, you know what I'm saying? It's just, it's too much, And so, and quite frankly, I break more stories than most anyways. So, there's not really a need for a redundancy of insiders because there's not enough individuality out of it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a lot of the same news, it's a lot of the same opinions. And so I'd rather kind of only keep it to a limit if I can. So I'm probably going to add one more, if anything. I could add another 2 or 3 if I wanted to, but I'm not. So I probably will add one more. And I don't know who it'll be. I'm not going to say, but yeah, I probably will add one more for the regular season. But, like yesterday, I gave you guys like 4 things you don't get anywhere. So it just, I'd rather kind of, well, Luis Benito, loud, peaceful Cubans. That's us, bro. That's us. That is us. Really loud. Yeah, we might. Do you know what we do break noise? What's that called? When we protest throughout neighborhoods, we do break noise. Whatever. Yeah, noise restrictions. Yeah, that's what we do. We break noise restrictions with our pots and pans and screaming. Let's see. Big O, keep your fingers crossed for me. I lost 2.5 Bitcoin 4 years ago, and I got a company in Israel that works with law enforcement and might get it back. Nice, because you can track it on the blockchain. By the way, go tell that stupid idiot Elizabeth Warren that there's way more illegal activity with money than there ever will be on the blockchain. Because the blockchain, it is all there. It can be traced. That's why Eric has the chance to get it back. But money, shell company, disappears. Elizabeth Warren, bro. We got some stupid ass people in government, man. Holy crap. Spo is working on Anthony Edwards. I'm sure he is. Let's see. Don't be surprised if Jimmy gets an extension. Well, then don't be surprised if I rip the Heat. Because I will rip the Heat for that. That is a terrible, terrible, terrible decision. Okay? Terrible decision. By the way, Orvieto's Awards and more, please reach out to my man Charles Orvieto. If your company, maybe you top employee, salesman, you need a plaque, your fantasy league, basketball, baseball, football, whatever season you're involved in, you've got a softball league, whatever it is, Orvieto's Awards and more, they do it all. Maybe your child graduated or is graduating and you want the diploma lamination, custom framing, they just graduated, you want to, set them up nicely. They do it all, man. Laser and computer engraving, UV printing, glass and crystal etching, custom engraving, gift items, corporate recognition awards, plaques, trophies, medallions, ribbons, bronze plaques, dedication walls, name badges, signs, advertising specialties, diploma lamination, custom framing. They're in North Miami Beach. Family owned, amazing family, the Orvieto family. I've known Charles. I've known Eric, his son, for 30 years. Call them 305-949-8098. Amazing people, great work. South Florida family. They are South Florida established. You're going to love them. Orvieto's Awards and more. Make sure you check them out. What else can we say? What else? Congratulations to the Marlins. Oh, I saw the story about Stephen Ross, and he was offered $10 billion to sell the team. And normally, I know that a lot of you out there may not be Stephen Ross fans because he hasn't gotten it done. He hasn't figured things out, right? And they haven't won. And so apparently he was offered 10 billion because he, as a real estate mogul, he's kind of done a genius thing, right? He got a property, improved the stadium, improved the amenities of the stadium, improve the ingress egress of the stadium with tunnels and bridges and area. It's a hell of a lot safer and more convenient to go in and out of. Then he added a tennis facility, a practice facility, and the F1 race, and there's a hospital. So there's a gondola, for Christ's sake. Rolling Loud is, I believe, I want to say, I may be wrong. Tom Garfinkel, please correct me if I'm wrong here. I want to say Rolling Loud is one of the top 5 rap festivals in the world. Okay. I don't know if Jazz on the Gardens, where it ranks, but it's a pretty damn big event also. So I'm telling you, like, he has created value on that property that just goes through the roof. Pretty smart. Not only Stephen Ross, but Garfinkel and all of that. So the 10 billion was for all of that. Okay. And control of all of that. And he said no. And he's going to, remember I told you that his daughter's in the mix now? I told you he's going to keep it in the family. Now I thought maybe he could bring a partner on, but it looks like he's buying out Beal probably and keeping it all himself. He can do that. He, doesn't matter to him. He's got the money. And if he bought out Beal, he bought out before that bid too. So he bought it cheaper. So this is where I am going to part ways with some of you. Are you ready with this? Here's where we're going to differ on some opinion here. Okay. I am glad he didn't sell it. Do you know why? I love the path the Dolphins are on. It reminds me a lot of Bitcoin. We are stuck in this FUD the last 2 years where I laugh where people tell me, well, no, the team took a step back. Really? It did. So if they have their pass rushers healthy and their entire offensive line is healthy, and if, X would be healthy because he's not out. Look at him. He's out there in free agency. Nobody wants his ass. Okay? Nobody wants his ass. He's going to take a minimum deal, a couple of incentives. He's not going to sign for much money. He's got 87 kids and 47 baby mamas. He's going to play because he needs some money badly. So, but you look at it. They're a better team if they're healthy at the end of the year, but nobody will tell you that. Which that's the FUD that's out there, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that they lie to you, that they've taken a step back when they haven't. I argue that they're a better team now. And as they season along the way, they'll be better. What I need is for them to have some health, and I need Mike McDaniel to figure some stuff out. I love the direction they're going in. I love this front office of Chris Greer, Marvin Allen, and Reggie McKenzie. Okay? I think we have one of the best front offices in the NFL. I think this is one of the best rosters we've had in decades. I just think we need a couple of breaks that we haven't had in the luck department with some health. So I wouldn't want new ownership who then immediately is putting everybody on notice, because that's what happens with new ownership. Your head coach, your front office, everything goes on notice, and they flinch a little bit. They haven't been around. They haven't seen the progress, and it's gone. And it reminds me a lot of Bitcoin. Every time we have like a consolidation period, the fear, the uncertainty, and doubt sets in, and people start writing these negative articles, and they start talking, and it's hit its top. Oh, from here it's going to go down to 10,000. Oh, it hit to 25. Oh, that's it. It's over. It's going to go back down. Oh, it went to 30. Oh, it's going to go. And it's the same thing now. Oh, it's going to go back down to 30 and 20. And no, it's not. And it's going to go to all-time highs again. And then all those people shut up. and they just disappear and never say anything again. And that's what's going to happen. The people that complain about Tua will disappear. The people that complain about Stephen Ross will disappear. The people that complain about the Dolphins will disappear if they can just get a break or two here in the health department. That's really what they need. Because I actually think if you could get a Phillips and a Chubb back by the end of the year at 75, 80%, but then you've got Chop and Shaq and you've got Kamara part of that mix, I think you could be pretty damn dangerous. I actually think if Holland now has 2 healthy knees, Holland didn't have 1 knee. No. Our safety had to have 2 bad knees. How in the hell do you injure 2 knee ligaments? No, that only happens in a Dolphin uniform in a freak year where you lose all your linebackers, all your pass rushers, and 2/3 of your offensive line. No, that only happens to our boys. I love the direction we're going in. I love this team. Does it need to improve? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Mike McDaniel, Tua, Tyreek, Waddle, the defense, everybody needs to improve. Yes. Nobody is immune to that. But let's sell you that it's a reset. It's not. Let's sell you that it's a cap crisis. No, it's not a cap crisis. You're in a run over the next 2 years where you've hit like on 8 draft picks. Nobody re-signs 8 draft picks, you morons. You have to make tough decisions. And what have we told you already about those decisions? Did they really let go of a pass rusher? Did they let go of a left tackle? Did they let go of a shutdown corner? Did they let go of a number 1 wide receiver? No, they didn't. They're going to sign a number 1 wide receiver. They're going to sign their quarterback. They're going to sign their pass rusher. They're going to sign a tackle. You know, that's what they do. So, in a way, Dolphin fans don't realize it, but the Stephen Ross not selling is a good thing because we've been trapped into this chaotic state of making changes because it's been bad. Our changes don't need to be made. It needs to be tweaked. They're headed in the right place. They got good players, great character, great work ethic. They just need a couple of breaks, and the coach especially needs to grow up and really mature with his decisions on game day. Those things happen. The decision of the Ross family to stay on board and keep it on track are going to really pay off for you guys, finally, because you deserve it. Every one of you, all you fanatics out there, the NorCals and the SoCals and the Dolph-Freakies and the Big E's, you know, the Chris Barkers, you know, all of you, man. You all deserve it. All you hardcore fans out there, the true Finn fans of the world and all that, you're gonna get your due. It's coming. But staying on the path, on the right path, is important. I've talked about the Heat, how they're kind of on the wrong path. They're not really on the Heat path. Well, the Dolphins are on the right path. You got to stay with it. You know, the Cats, as they developed a Stanley Cup type of team, they went through their you know, they kind of had, you know how, hey, are the Dolphins physical? Are the Panthers physical? Do the Dolphins have enough guys to get them over? Do the Panthers have the stars that they need? You know, it's kind of like you're watching the Dolphins kind of go through the same process of trying to develop that culture, and it just doesn't happen overnight, especially when you've been a mess for so long. So you're going to hit the wall, you're going to make some mistakes, but you're not on the wrong path. You're on the right path. You just got to kind of keep tweaking it. And I think that that's what the Dolphins are at. They're at the point of tweaking. They're not at the point of blowing things up. And I'm glad the Ross family didn't do it. R.I.P. Richard Tan, the original keyboardist, ELO. Yes, sir. I saw that. True Fan says, I feel you, Big O. I like this team and what's going and what it's doing. Considering the past 20 plus years, it's refreshing and exciting. I'm just appreciative for this. Yes, sir. Brett Dodgers says, Big O, my biggest doubt for this year is McDaniel, and if he's willing to change and adapt and improve his obvious limitations, I'll believe it when I see it. And that's a fair criticism. It's a fair criticism. He's so damn likable. You know he's smart as hell. You know he can do this job, but he's not doing it yet the right way. And South Florida Don says he's been staying out of the way of football operations as well. That's a great point. It's a great point. Yep. Oscar Rojas just came in with Abbott Elementary. Or was that, or has the chat board not moved much lately? He's a little behind. If Pat gives Jimmy an extension, it's time for Pat to turn the position over to Zoe. I don't know, bro. I hope Pat. I'm like Top Gun. I'm not leaving my wingman. I'm never leaving Pat. So I'd be pissed with Pat if he gives Jimmy the extension, but Pat's done too much for me to. I'm not bailing on people that have been amazing to me. I'm going to be loyal to the people that I think have been loyal to me. I just think that Riley's kind of lost his way a little bit, and I hope he figures it out, man. I really do. I hope he figures it out, because I appreciate Riley way too much, man, and I don't ever want to see a change. I want to see him walk out like he's supposed to walk out. That's kind of the way I look at it. You know, maybe it's maybe it's one of those things that is what's that called? Maybe I'm a blind ass fan. Maybe, you know, it's not realistic on my part. Some of you might be saying it. You think he's over the hill or whatever. But I'm not doing what we did to Shula. Not doing it. I'm not doing it, especially a guy like that. And I hated that, you know, Jimmy kind of fanned the flames, and then we all sat around the flames with marshmallows. Right? Let's admit it. And it didn't turn out to be a good decision. It's funny because while Jimmy's credited for the defense, he then polluted the team by leaving a coach that destroyed and wore out the defense because he couldn't figure out the offense because he was too conservative. So what you built, you called a group of kids that you know are protesting now to just destroy it after. How screwed up is that? But people don't talk about that because they put him on this pedestal in South Florida. I laugh. It's just really the most overrated thing I have ever seen in my life is the fake, actually the lack of substance with the whole Jimmy Johnson thing in South Florida. Because I can point at a whole bunch of really terrible things he did, and it ends up being worse than just that one championship he won with the Canes. It's pretty sad, but whatever. Like, he's a massive underachiever in South Florida, and yet he gets praised like some god. It's freaking amazing, dude. Really. I agree. Let Pat finish what he started. I'm going down with Pat. I'll criticize. I'll be honest about it, but I'm never leaving my wingman. I'm just not. Time for Pat to relax in the beach and be a consultant. Spo needs to step up and take his place. You know, Gabriel, that is the interesting dynamic of all of this. And because the Miami Heat are Teflon, they are 400 inches of thick wall lead by another 400 inches of steel, and then followed by another 400 inches of platinum. So it's impenetrable to get through that safe, right? Does anybody know how much power he has? How much he has approved some of these moves and trades? How much has he been a part of the bad decisions? We won't argue the coaching part of it, right? But what do we know about what, like, I'll give you something that I know I will bet practically anything on this one. Whiteside is not a Spo decision. Whiteside was a Riley decision, hanging on to the past of the lumbering center, and the game was changing and he didn't see it, and Spo was already changing with the big three, the whole positionless stuff, and Riley forced the square peg into the round hole and gave him Whiteside, which he never got right. He never got along with Whiteside. It was pretty obvious. He never really let it out, but you felt it, right? If you remember. And you always kind of felt that. And Riley had to kind of comment about it between. Remember, he had to say how Spo had to kind of he has to kind of try to reach Whiteside. So that was the old man trying to justify his bad decision and forcing it on his coach. So I will give him a break on the Whiteside because, brother, I am so my gut. I would tell you that my gut is pretty damn good about everything here in South Florida in sports. Man, it is sick. Okay. How my gut is so close to everything being pretty on target. Okay. I guarantee you that was Riley's decision. And he fucked Eric Spoelstra with that one. Now, did he want James Johnson? Did he want Tyler Johnson? Did he want Deion Waiters? Did he want Kyle Lowry? Does he want to extend Butler? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who to blame. So I can only blame the front office on personnel because I don't know. So I know that Spo's the best coach on the planet. I know that Popovich watches Spo's film to learn how to actually coach now, because he only knows how to coach stars. He can only win with stars, where Spo can win with scrubs. So, I hate to say this, but Pops ain't shit compared to Spo. I said it. Pops ain't shit compared to Spo, the coach. I don't know who he is as a personnel guy. You want Belichick coaching? Do you want him doing personnel? Nobody wanted Belichick. Yeah, hey, Bill. Yeah. Come on down. Let's sit down. Yeah. Well, I'd like, I definitely I'd like some input in person, but I don't need all the personnel power. No, I'll just influence whoever's there because I got all the rings, and what are they going to do? Disagree with me? No, they're going to, so he's going to weaken your personnel department no matter what, because he's going to impose his will. And they said, nah, no thanks. No thanks, dude. You can coach. You can't draft. No. No. Those days, no, those are done. So I don't know how much do I blame Spo for all the bad decisions the last 10 years. None of us know. Ira doesn't know. Anthony doesn't know. Tim Reynolds doesn't know. Nobody knows. Nobody. Woj doesn't know. Shams doesn't know. None of them know. Because those people don't talk. It's ironclad. So I don't know where. That's the part I don't know about the ongoings of that. You know, I can tell you the Dolphins, right? Like, okay, I told you that Dalton Reisner was not a target 8 months ago, 9 months ago. I went back and looked at the video. I found it and then I retweeted it yesterday because I told you yesterday, right? Now you got people writing Dalton Reisner. You got people talking on radio or podcasts or whatever. And I'm like, they have no insight. They're just grabbing darts and throwing it without any insight whatsoever. So I gave you the insight 8 months ago. It's fine. You had the right info if you followed me here. But those of you that keep reading it and then you keep repeating it to me, it's like, I didn't get a lot of it because maybe some of you remember that I talked about Dalton Reisner. They don't think he fits what they do, actually. I gave you other nuggets yesterday. You could go check it out, but gave you one during the Matt Verderam interview and then 3 other ones during the show. So you can check it out there. Adolfo, thank you for the love in the super chat. Very nice of you, sir. Tyreek made a comment about Tua, how he needed to have a hard conversation with him, wondering if he's seeing what you mentioned in your show yesterday. I don't know, but that's all ridiculous, bro. Tyreek needs to see what Tua and Armstead do, and Jalen Ramsey, and Jalen Phillips, and Jalen Waddle. You know, watch how they carry themselves. You know, just watch it. They're not posting divorces when they don't have 5 baby mamas, and he has 10 kids. The guy has 10 kids. He's one away from a starting offensive unit in the NFL. You think Tua has 10 kids with I don't know how many women? You think Jalen Phillips does that? You think Jalen Waddle does that? You think Teron Armstead does that? Is Zach Sealer doing that? I don't know. I'm asking. Is Aaron Brewer doing that? Just wondering. I'm just asking. Asking for a friend. So, Tyreek, like I've said, bro, look in the mirror, young man. Don't worry about any goddamn buddy but yourself, dude. You're a mess. You're a fucking mess. Your kid set your house on fire. You're a mess, dude. You got stopped by your friends and family members twice from seriously assaulting a dude on a pier. You're a mess. You broke the leg of an IG model. You're a mess. Your entourage got in a fight at a comedy store. You're a mess. You have 10 kids with like 6 wives. You're a mess. No one does that shit on this team. Normal human beings don't do this shit. Normal human beings don't accidentally file divorce papers. I don't know, dude. I have some experience. I've been married for 30 years. Been with the same woman for 36 and a half years. As far as I'm concerned, Tyreek, you only know how to play house. All you people, until you pass marriage at like 10 years, you know, at least if you get to the 5-year mark, I'm going to put you on probation. And then when you get to 10 years, I'm going to say, okay, you're married. All right, let's see how far you go now. Now you're married. Married for a couple months, a year or two. Bro, you're playing house. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. You don't know what married is. Married is when you hang in there, baby. That's real marriage. This bullshit that goes on left and right. The hell out of here. All right, crap. So Tyreek needs to look in the damn mirror. Don't worry about anybody else, bro. You're a mess. Big O, you envision Spo becoming coach, general manager in the next couple of years and president of basketball? Oscar, I don't know. I don't know how good he is in personnel. Not everybody can do that job, my man. Do you want Michael Jordan in personnel? I'd rather have any of you doing personnel decisions over Michael Jordan. Just because you're a great player doesn't mean you're going to be a great executive. The Ozzie Newsomes and the Jerry Wests, bro, that is few and far between, man. Few and far between. That's a special talent. Great players rarely translate to it. And then there are great coaches. Do you want Belichick drafting for you? No, he's a mess. He could coach the hell out of people, but he could not draft. Bobby Greer, Chris Greer's dad, is the reason Tom Brady got drafted in the 6th round. I tell you all the time, Gil Brandt got Troy Aikman drafted, not Jimmy Johnson. So if you wonder why he couldn't find one here to replace Marino, now you know, because he really couldn't find one in the first place. He thought Steve Walsh would be the guy. He let Gil Brandt draft Troy Aikman, and then in the compensatory draft, a couple months later, his hard-headedness took Steve Walsh. So that's the thing. I know Spo is a great coach. I don't know if he's great in personnel. We cannot assume just because you're a great coach, you'll be great in personnel. You're a great player, you'll be great coach. You'll be a great personnel director. How many great players fail as great coaches? Fail as coaches, I'm sorry. They have that thing with them that they expect everybody to do what they did. It's really tough. Really tough. That's why kids of superstars rarely make it. The Ken Griffey Juniors, few and far between. Few and far between. That the kid is better than the dad. Ken Griffey Sr. was a heck of a player. Junior, oh my God. Junior was as special as it gets. Hard, man. Hard. So that's my problem with Spo. I'm not exactly sure what he is as a personnel director. So I'd be lying to you if I told you, yeah, no, he can handle it. You're going to have to try it and then see. But then again, Nick Arison has been there since he was a child as a ball boy. He has worked his way through that entire organization. And he's the owner's son. And how much influence does he want in personnel department now when Riley is gone? Again, these are things that I just don't know. I'm not educated enough to tell you exactly what goes on there because I don't have insight in there. When I have insight, I'll tell you. And when I don't, I'll tell you. And when I don't know something, I have no problem telling you I don't know something. And that's where we're all kind of in the dark. So we know what Spo is as a coach. Impeccable. It's Shula, Spo. That's the pecking order in the history of South Florida sports. Shula, Spo. It's not even up for any discussion. He already smoked Pat Riley. He passed Ron Frazier. So but I don't know what he is as a personnel guy. Let's see. I remember someone on YouTube with the greatest comment. Michael Jordan was the Michael Jordan of bad GMs. Yep, exactly. Michael Jordan is as great a player and as great as he is there, it's as bad as he is as a general manager. It's amazing. The worst general manager. Best player ever, worst GM ever. Is Bobby Greer still a consultant? Yes, he is a consultant for the Finns. Yeah. Of course, his son's going to hire his dad. We got Bobby Greer hanging out. We got Reggie McKenzie. We got Marvin Allen and Chris Greer. I don't think people understand, bro. You know, the only reason Marvin Allen and Reggie McKenzie aren't running their own teams, you know why, right? They're black. That's it. They fired Reggie McKenzie from the Raiders for no reason at all. That guy inherited a team that didn't have a first and a second rounder in his first 2 years. And he still found a quarterback. He got a pass rusher. He built a playoff team. And because they had one bad year, you overreacted and blew it up. Instead of staying the course with some great. Now, listen, I'm glad you're stupid because my guy was smart and he went, oh, no, we're going to get him. Marvin Allen should be running his own team, but he's black. You don't get treated the same way. Marvin Allen, ass kicker with the Kansas City Chiefs, ass kicker with the Atlanta Falcons, ass kicking with the Dolphins, and we have 3 GMs. But because they're minorities, what happened in Oakland with Reggie McKenzie is a freaking crime, dude. It shows that the Davis boy is just a moron with a bowl cut. But again, I'm glad. You guys want to be stupid? We'll take them. And we have a 3-headed monster. So we have 3 GMs. Any team that's smart would steal one of our guys. And they don't yet. And that's because they haven't won big yet. Wait till we get some breaks. They stay healthy. And they have deep success in the playoffs and even win a Super Bowl. We're all going to be pissed when they start stealing our guys. It's going to happen. You'll see. It'll happen. All of Tyreek's IQ went straight to his legs. Yeah. It's definitely not in his penis. Crazy to think that the last scouting Bobby Greer did for the Patriots was work on Tom Brady. Yeah. Big O, what's a safe Dolphin jersey to buy? Oh, dude. I'd buy a Tua jersey. I'd buy a Holland jersey. I'd buy a Waddle jersey. Jalen Ramsey will be here a couple more years. I don't know if you want to get that, but these are like really long term. Because what I'm thinking of with these guys, I'm thinking of Ring of Honor. That's what I'm thinking with these guys. So, yeah, I kind of would go there. I think Holland can retire here, become a Ring of Honor guy, or play most of his career here. They love him. They freaking love Javon Holland. And anybody that tells you he isn't a stud, bro, he's a stud and a half. You're going to hold that he had 2 knee injuries against him last year? Get the hell out of here, bro. Guy's a monster. Tua and Waddle, these are Ring of Honor people, bro. They're not going to get arrested. They're not morons. They're exceptional people. They're leaders. They're great players. I just, those are 3 people you want your kids to marry. Right there. Holland, Waddle, Tua. I got no problem taking those 3 because those are Ring of Honor guys. That's what's going to happen with those cats. Okay? So we'll go there. I don't know. I don't think Marvin Allen drafted Josh Allen. He wasn't in Buffalo, my man. No. Good to know that if it doesn't work out for Greer down the road, Marvin Allen could slide in and take over. How can it not work then it didn't work for Marvin Allen and Reggie Do you think they're not helping to make some of these decisions and finding guys? It's not like Chris Greer makes all the decisions. Like, they're all part of it. You do know that, right? If they succeed, it's because Greer, McKenzie, and Allen, and Brandon Shore, and the rest of them made overall some good decisions. You know what I'm saying? It helps. So Greer brought those guys on because he trusts the hell out of those guys. And he knows. He knows how those guys. I know that those guys have impeccable reputations because I've been in this business for 34 years, man. I know all about both McKenzie brothers, Raleigh and Reggie. And both are exceptional football people. And Marvin Allen is an exceptional football person, and so is Chris Greer, and so is his dad. So I love the direction that these guys are going in. Safest jersey to buy is Tyreek. He's here for the long haul. Hey, the good thing is that, by April, you can then go to the racks and get a discounted Tyreek jersey because he would have been cut by then. So if I'm you, I would wait for my Tyreek jersey until April after he plays his final season with the Dolphins this year. So. And by the way, a little tip for Tyreek out there. My man, be on your best behavior. Don't impregnate anybody. Don't file for divorces. Don't allow anybody to burn your house down again. Have the best year ever, man. It won't be by yards because they're going to spread the ball around. Sorry. But have the best year ever at being a professional because you're going to need it. Only 30 teams are going to be available to you. Kansas City's not bringing you back, and Miami's not bringing you back. So now you're down to 30, and 15 of them probably are out already, or 20. So now you're down to about 10 or 15, and really a few of those only because some are going to say, so you need to really, really be a really good person, human being this year. It's in your best interest. Just telling you. Writing's on the wall. I hope your agent has had that conversation with you. It's all laid out in front of you, my man. It's over. So make the best of it. Be a true professional and keep your head up and clean so you can get a job next year with somebody else because they're only going to offer you a 1 or 2 year deal. And so that is my piece of advice for you, young man. Big O, I still like to see the Dolphins draft us a Kachuk or two. Calais Campbell, low-hanging fruit. He's old, man. He could still help. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much money he wants. So, always such a badass dude. Never stops working. Much appreciated. Thank you, Giovanni Ray. Thank you very much. That's very nice of you. Tyreek's jersey will drop lettering and number when it matters most. Big O, did you see what Holland posted on his Twitter about the jerseys? No, I did not. Nugget time. I think you know what you're saying and nobody's picking up on it. Well, no, I mean, I've repeated already several times over the last month. So, and people are already on the, others are picking up on it finally. Pat in Nashville says, on the bright side, if Cheetah leaves, you could just sell the jersey to one of the kids he leaves behind. Yeah. There'll be a line of them. That's for sure. Let's see. All right. All righty. All right, 58,766 for Bitcoin. So what's the deal, bro? When's the next wrestling show? Yeah, you just did it on Tuesday, right?
Yeah, on Tuesday, and then I'm doing little show recaps on the Stanley Meeting House YouTube channel. So
Subscribe. Stanley Media House. Subscribe. Make sure you do that. So you subscribe here, you should subscribe there, right? That's it. Support the family. You know what I'm saying? Build it up, especially for your wrestling people. But even if you're not a wrestling person, don't you want to support Sean Stanley? Right? Isn't that the right thing to do? Support the people that bring it every day for you for years here. You know what I'm saying? By the way, Welton Realm, we want to thank Welton Realm, 954-966-4646. Bankruptcy, homeowner property damage, condo damage, criminal defense, business owner claims, commercial litigation, personal injury. Folks, we are right around the corner to hurricane season. Okay? It is time. You need this number. Save it. I hope you don't have to use it, but any of you, even one of our listeners in Orlando called, anywhere in Florida, call them 954-966-4646. The consultation is completely free. I hope it doesn't happen, but we get rainstorms at times. You have water damage. Sometimes somebody's pipe breaks and you're in a condo or a townhouse and it goes to your side and it affects you and you're wondering if you have a case. Call Jeff Welt, explain your case, and he'll tell you if you have one or you don't, and you'll take care of it. 954-966-4646. And by the way, DeSantis did not set us up well when it comes to homeowner insurance and hurricanes and all that. So the most important thing is that you hire the right lawyer now, because if you hire the wrong one, you're at a real disadvantage, because the new laws that are in actually favor more the insurance company than us, which, you know, politicians are going to do good things and they're going to do bad things. And this one, unfortunately, is not helping us. You know, I like his the squatter thing. I like what he did there, but this stuff, he gave them the power, not us. So the only way we get back the power, Welton Realm. We got to have the best lawyer possible. Okay. And they take on cases that have hundreds of clients and they take on corporations all the time. And they did it for me and they crushed what's it called? Progressive. I mean, it was impressive stuff. Let's see. I asked this question with all seriousness. Is there any show that even comes close to this one? I know. Nope. Thank you, True Fin fan. Very nice. Big O, how is life going? Much better now, bro, that I can walk. I walked my 2 miles yesterday, and my foot feels pretty damn good. I walked it at a faster pace because the first couple times I kind of like took my time. Hell, the first time I was like feeling my foot, and my gait got a little better yesterday. I had less back pain because, again, it's kind of like I have to kind of think and overcompensate, and that's what I've been doing for months. And man, when your foot is in a boot for so long, the stiffness and the cartilage damage and all that, you don't realize how bad it is until you get out of that boot, and then you have to kind of break your foot back in, and then you're really also breaking your other leg back in. So my life is getting better in that sense, that I can start to move around. You know, a lot of the ladies were like, "Hey man, you're you know," because I'm walking with flow now, not from Progressive, or is it Progressive Flow? Yeah, not with flow, but I'm walking, and not with the coach either, with real flow. You know, so it's good. It's good. I am getting better, and then obviously trying to continue to lose the weight, and that's it. So, music history, I do have some. Let's give you a little birthdays and music history. I do have some, Oscar. First of all, nobody won the Powerball. It will be worth $200 million on Saturday. 0 players did not match the $180 million drawing on Wednesday night. 1, 11, 19, 21, and 68. The Powerball number was 15. In music history, in 72 on this day, Bruce Springsteen auditioned for CBS Records and AR man John Hammond playing a short set for him in his office. Hammond was so impressed that he arranged a real audition that night at New York City's The Gaslight Club, where the boss performed for other Columbia executives. He did pretty well. The Bosses, an American treasure. In 2013, Slayer guitarist Jeff Hanneman passed away of liver failure. He was 49. In 2005, Eric Clapton, Ginger Baker, Jack Bruce reunited as Cream to perform their first tour shows at London's Royal Albert Hall 36 years after they split up. And in 91, Nirvana booked into Sound Studios in Van Nuys, California, where they spent 16 days working with producer Butch Vig. The recordings they made would go on to become their album, Nevermind. In 79, The Who played their first gig since the death of Keith Moon. It took place at London's Rainbow Theatre and saw the Faces' Kenny Jones behind the kit. That same night, the band's film Quadrophenia opened up in London. In 2003, Kings of Leon played their first ever British date when they appeared at Blackpool's, England, the Empress Ballroom. In 77, Eric Clapton recorded Wonderful Tonight. In 2006, on this date, Keith Richards was released from a New Zealand hospital after being treated for a mild concussion following a fall out of a coconut tree in Fiji. Must have been high as hell, right? I mean, he was so stoned out of his mind. It's not even funny. So there you go. That's some stuff that happened back in the day. Oh, man. Big O and Finside the NFL are the two best and most reliable shows that have been out for a while. Thank you, James. Thank you, sir. What's that? Oh, I did not. You know what? I did not do birthdays. My bad. My bad. You are correct. I did not do birthdays. Shame on me. Yeah, no. There's plenty, bro. Actually, there's some big ones today. I forgot. Yeah. The Rock is 52. David Beckham is 49. No. This one has a couple of them. Lily Allen, the singer, is 39. Let's see. Paul George, the choker, is 34. Faruko, reggaeton singer, is 33. I don't know shit about reggaeton, but he might be something in the reggaeton world. Pat McAfee is 37 today. Good for him, dude. Christine Baranski, the actress, she is 72. Kyle Busch, race car driver, is 39. Who else? Engelbert Humperdinck is 88. And yeah. That's about it right there, dude. That's about it. And let me see if musically there's somebody I left, because I have a list for just musicians. Is there a wrestler I missed? Because I only got this guy. Prescott Niles, bassist with the Knack, born in 1954. Lou Gramm, singer for Foreigner, was born in 1950. There you go. That's about it. Those are your birthdays. What do you got?
Big Boss Man, Ray Traylor. He passed away, but it was been his birthday today.
I wouldn't
Big
know, but
Boss Man.
happy birthday to the big boss man,
Yeah.
because I'm not smart enough in wrestling to know that. So
I'm upset on this list. They don't have Pat McAfee on the wrestling birthdays. The man's been in the ring 3 times.
Okay, all right. Well, we had him.
He
at
fought
least.
Vince McMahon.
Well, we got him at least. Did he beat Vince McMahon? Because like I want everybody to beat the
No, he didn't.
the Mexican mariachi.
Yeah, no, he didn't.
He's
see the last
doing
video of
mariachi.
him?
He's doing mariachi.
See the
now.
last video of him now?
No.
Oh.
It's getting crazier.
Again, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like his arms are very frail. He's got a cane.
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh wow.
But today, by the way, in that case, John Laurinaitis reflipped back into Vince McMahon's corner, and now it looks like it's going to go to arbitration or something. So,
Okay. We don't say it enough, but the work you and Sean put in the show is appreciated. Thank you, Brett. I appreciate that. Thank you. Please support our sponsors. That's kind of how you keep us alive. Okay. So support our sponsors. It's very, very important you support our sponsors. That's how you keep us alive. I mean, when you go to Caneswear, you tell them, hey, Big O, and you use Big O 10. You come here to Hialeah Park, tell them that you heard it on the show. You know what I'm saying? You go to Craig Zinn's Acura. You go to Toyota of Hollywood. You know? You tell Herbie, hey, man, heard you on the Big O show. I mean, whatever it is, you know, it's what Orvieto's Awards, Welton Rayom, you know, Perdomo Cigars, whatever it is, make sure you tell them that we sent you. That's how you really, you know, help us, donations, you know, that's all those kind of things are the things that are going to keep us going. You know, the thanks are great. Watching for a long time. That's really important. Watch time. I always tell you guys, watch time is really important. Hitting that like button, it gets it out more. All of these little things you guys can do to really help us. You know what I'm saying? Wondering if you've heard the new Pearl Jam album. You know, I have not. I've only heard a couple of songs. I have not gone into the entire album. I need to do that because I hear it's actually half decent. So I got to check it out. My bad, Brian. Tyreek isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. All of his IQ went straight to his legs. Yes. Hill is crazy talented, but is a punk-ass loudmouth. Cameron Cook says, won't bother me to see Hill go next year. Hope he has a great year and Miami gets a haul for him. Call me nuts, but I think their offense runs better without him. Well, they won't get anything for him. They will release him next year. It won't be a trade. Next year, there's a window for them to cut him and go. It won't be a trade. Everybody will know he's going to get unloaded pretty much. The people that are in the know, they'll figure it out. They're kind of figuring it out now, but, you know, we'll see. All right, we thank Steve Calabro, the Brunetti family, everybody out here for always making it nice and easy for us, man. We really appreciate it all the time. You're Michael Golden, all the great people out here. Obviously, we're always out here in the second floor poker room having a great time, and you can come out here and enjoy yourself. They'll bring you food and drinks right to your table. It's a smoke-free casino, by the way. They do have a area that's under roof and outside, and you're right there alongside the track, and it's actually really cool, and it's ventilated. There's a lot of fans, everything, so it's cool. But that's where the smoking hot slots happen. But inside the building, no smoke. So it's actually pretty cool. Beautiful landscape. The architecture is as classic as it gets. I mean, I encourage you when you do get here, besides coming to the casino and eating and playing the games and all that, please take a walk around the facility and check out the rich history. When you go down in the first floor, there's an area where they have a lot of tables and restaurant areas where they, you know, sometimes they'll have some action going on there. Sometimes they don't. But you walk around, you'll see the pictures. When you see Winston Churchill, like he was here walking through, there's pictures of like names that are like historic. Like it's pretty cool, man. This place has history like no other in South Florida. There are very few buildings left like this That's the other thing that's historic about Hialeah Racetrack. I personally wish, but I know it's not feasible, but God, I would love to have racing back, and I'm talking about thoroughbred racing, because I had the pleasure when I was young to come and experience the whole thing, and it was fun, man. It was a cool experience back in the day. I know horse racing is not as popular, but they at least have made the facility amazing. And by the way, loosest slots in the state. It's funny because I won't say the name of the other place that I saw, but they put loosest slots in Miami. So they like hit you with the little technicality. There's only 2 casinos in Miami, so like they don't have a lot of competition. So apparently they might be a little looser than them. But see, Hialeah Park is the loosest slots in the state. No one else can make that claim. So if you're a slot player, 800, 900 slots downstairs. I mean, it's crazy. They got the most modern slot machines, ginormous, all kinds of stuff. They got some NFL machines coming and everything. It's really cool. So, and again, loosest slots in the state. They're not going to hit you with the little technicality. Loosest slots in Miami. Of course, because the one that has the loosest slots is in Hialeah. They can't say state. Only this place can make the state claim. It's pretty cool. And by the way, there's the $100 no regret first bet. Remember, if you have a Hard Rock account, don't use the same email or address. Use a completely different one, and you can get your free $100 no regret first bet. So get on there, make your first bet, get the $100, and you're off and running, baby. It's a beautiful thing. What happened? Big on Sean. Thank you guys for a great show as always. Thank you, Lenny. I thank all of you out there. Thank you to Sean. As always, we'll see you tomorrow. We are in studio tomorrow, right? In studio tomorrow, 10 a.m., bright and early. Well, not that early, but semi-early. You all be good out there. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place, same bat channel.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.